first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning is reach for my glasses. I've had a prescription for glasses for about 20 years and I've been wearing contact lenses for the last few. Personally, I much preferred my contact lenses as opposed to my frames. My frames were quite heavy on my face no matter what kind of frame that I tried. But I am a little bit silly when it comes to my contact lenses. I have put them in backwards a few times, and with my astigmatism I do need to wear them the right way around. And I do wear my lenses from quite early in the morning until quite late at night, and they do tend to get rather dry and irritable. Quite a lot of the time my lenses split as well, and I've tried lots of different types of contact lenses, so for me this was the best time now to go for laser eye surgery. So to make sure that I was suitable for laser eye surgery, I had lots of different tests done at my consultation. The first machine was called a tonometer, and this is where a small puff of air was applied to my eye, and this measured the inocular pressure, which is the fluid pressure inside the eye. Then they looked at my cornea, my natural lens, the width and diameter of my pupil in reduced lighting conditions. I then had another test to test the amount of astigmatism in my eyes, looking at the shape of the front surface of my eye, and had an eye design scan which measures more than 1,200 prescriptions all over your eye. Following this then, I was shown a video of all the benefits and all the complications which can happen during surgery before I thought about it anymore. So when I got home, I was emailed my eye scan, and this showed all of the results from the test that I had had, and this also had information on the different types of laser eye surgery available. The first of the two options was LASIK and the second was LASIK. I went for LASIK because it had a faster healing time with it, and I also went for the eye design LASIK, which is the one that measured those thousands of different prescriptions in your eye. My eye scan report even had information about my surgeon that I would have on surgery day, and I was given a pack to take home with me to read, and I found this really helpful because it told me what to expect after the procedure and what steps to take before you had the surgery done. Now, I knew that I was going to a reputable surgeon, so that wasn't a concern of mine at all, but they did discuss with me some things that could happen follow surgery, and these were things that I needed to think about. Some of which were the fact that I may experience dry eye, glare around lights, that my vision will probably get worse as I naturally age, as it does with all people, and that there could be loss of vision, but 99.1% of people that have laser eye surgery with Optical Express can see 20/20. They do advise you as well that you may need enhancement surgery later on if the result is not as you desired. So with such a high success rate, for me this is definitely something that I wanted to do and risk that I was willing to take for such an amazing benefit. So I'm now going to take you straight through my surgery day. So on the surgery day, they do advise you not to drive because you will be light sensitive afterwards. So today my husband drove us to Optical Express in Cardiff, where I had more pre-tests just to make sure everything was okay on the day.
Contact lens infection, so you're quite lucky. Very good. And your general health is good.
Yes.
Just mild asthma.
Yes.
Yours focuses on different parts.
Okay.
That means that the vision for distance and close-up is blurry. So when we do laser, we touch nothing in the back, but only that area here, which is the cornea. When I designed that, instead of measuring one little prescription, that down here, it measures 1,257 micro prescriptions. It's going to be in, out, generates a map of imperfection. Laser will come and correct each and single imperfection of your eye to give you potentially better quality results at night, not glare or halos. If your prescription can change, yes it can, and it can happen. That means that we need to monitor you, and that's why we monitor you for a year to make sure the vision will change.
Okay.
If that happens after, it's something that can happen. It's unlikely, but it can. Your prescription is stable, that's why you're a suitable candidate for treatment. You feel no pain, no discomfort during treatment, local numbing drops, so you're fully awake, relaxed, okay? You lie down, you look at a bright light, you count to 65 seconds and they'll stop. After treatment now, when the numbing drops start to wear off, you feel a bit of stinging sensation. So, like wearing contact lenses for more than 15 hours, but the eyes are water insensitive to the light. Okay. Exactly the same thing. So if there is discomfort, I want you to have sunglasses. Have your husband to drive you home. Go home. Sleep for 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Close your eyes, stay in the dark. When you wake up, your vision You've seen anything better.
I then met with the surgeon beforehand. He went through any concerns that I had, reiterated the risks to me and also the benefits.
You see, it's full of nice complications. And it's very important people know them, because only the base of potential complication people can decide, make sense of surgery, so about risk and benefit. Benefit is easy, but to wear glasses or contact lenses, so a bit more. But about the complication, not all the time is very easy to understand, because usually people is happy with the fact of surgery, but some people, at least 1 in 1,000, can have a problem, like infections, inflammations, scars, halos driving at night, slow recovering vision, dry eye, maybe 4 years, or they can have flap movements after small injury, or maybe they have vision that we like, they don't like, they don't agree. This is very rare, so it's 1 in 1,000, so you can say, okay, what's the problem? But when you are the one, the others are just numbers, the enhancement. This is when the people need a second treatment in order to improve the first results. This one is not a complication, and also is very common, because 1 person every 20 need it. For us it's just routine.
So obviously we couldn't film directly in the surgery room, but I am going to tell you exactly what happened. So they first led me down and applied some drops to numb each of my eyes and placed me under one machine with just something covering my left eye. A small device was just inserted into my eye just to hold my eye open, and I thought that was going to be really uncomfortable, but it was so quick and in that it didn't bother me at all. And they asked me to look into the light that I could see above me. Whilst I was looking at the light, the laser was creating a small flap in my first eye. I was then just moved under the next machine and asked to look at the small flashing dot, which was the laser that was actually correcting my vision. This made a loud pen clicking noise and took no more than about 30 seconds in total. So they then moved me back to the first machine and repeated the process with my left eye. I couldn't have been in that room for more than a couple of minutes total, and I just can't get over how quick the whole thing was. So I walked straight into a post-treatment room where they discussed all of my aftercare advice with me and gave me some things to take home. I was advised not to wear eye makeup for a week afterwards, and that was probably the hardest thing of the whole surgery process. They did give me some very lovely goggles which you wear for 7 nights following your surgery, just to make sure that you don't knock your eyes. They then gave me 3 different types of drops which I would use 4 times a day for the first week, and following that then I would just use the Blinks drops to soothe the dry eyes. During the process I didn't feel a thing at all, but as I came out of the room my vision was just a little bit blurry. I had a little relax in the waiting room, and when I felt ready I made sure that I had my sunglasses on because I knew that my eyes were going to be a little bit light sensitive. So within about half an hour or so the numbing drops on my eyes started to wear off a little bit, and this is where they just started to feel a little bit stingy, as if you've been cutting onions, and a little bit gritty as if you've got something in your eye, but with me that was hardly anything. It was just more about the light sensitivity, so I just made sure that I kept my glasses on for the rest of the day. Okay, so I'm back home now. What I can feel at the moment is a little bit of stinging and a lot of light sensitivity, which is why I've got 2 pairs of glasses on, but I'm just going to keep them closed and go to sleep as advised, and I'll let you know how they're doing later. When I woke up then, they did advise me just to keep my eyes closed for the rest of the day. By the following morning I had no pain, small amount of light sensitivity that was gone by the end of the day, and my vision was noticeably better. So I went for my first post-surgery appointment the day after my surgery, where they tested my eyesight, and with both eyes together I could read 2 lines better than 20/20. I went back for another appointment a week later and the readings were exactly the same. They do say that within the first week your eyesight may fluctuate, which I found mine did a little bit, but had settled really quickly. I'm now due to go back for a 1-month appointment, and then I will have follow-up appointments following that as well. For me, this has been such an amazing experience and something that I am so glad that I did. Obviously there are risks involved, and that is something that you need to think about, but with Optical Express the success rate is so high, which is why that I was so glad that I went with them. To be able to wake up in the morning now and see straight away without having to fuss about with glasses and contact lenses, especially with the troubles that I had with them, is absolutely amazing. It is hard to describe the awe that I felt that first evening when I knew that I could see 100 times better than before. I could see all of the detail on the petals of the flowers in my room, all of the little veins on the leaves on the trees, and there is no feeling like that. It is amazing. I really hope that this video helps you understand a little bit more about laser eye surgery. It's been such a wonderful experience for me. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.